Sure, Logan Paul continues to embarrass himself. He kind of looks like Coffeezilla here. That's it looks a little snazzy.
So obviously in recent times, Logan Paul has been under some serious scrutiny online. First, he had the whole religion debacle where he disrespected his co-host George, as well as Christians all across the world.
Well, I'm gonna say something. All right, I remember covering that, and like he was being mean to his friend. Then I watched like 3 of the clips from his podcast, and then I kind of realized his friend's a little too sensitive. To be honest with you. So I don't know. The disrespectful religion thing, probably not great, but you know, I feel like George is a little too sensitive. But then again, it's like part of the whole. It's so weird. He's so performative. I heard him talk about it, and he's like, "Yeah, it's kind of part of the thing. It's like if you're being too agreeable with George." So the other guy, I think his name is Mike. He's like, "I got to be disagreeable because it's good for the show." I was like, "Oh, it's supposed to be like I thought you guys were supposed to be like doing like a chill podcast. Why are you doing like a performance? It seems weird, but I guess it's just life."
Because I'll be honest with you, bro. Jesus Christ. Oh God.
I think he said Jesus Christ he sleeps with people. He utilizes his body of sin. I can't say anything too sussy now with the new guidelines.
And people don't think that about him.
Then in a much worse turn of events, Coffeezilla
He was best friend with the lady of the night.
shine light on his scamming ways when it came to his CryptoZoo project.
You know, I saw that. I watched the video. First of all, if you guys are still investing into Logan Paul in 2022, basically 2023. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Am I right? Also, this didn't necessarily seem like a scam. What it seemed like was that Logan Paul tried to do a project that he half-assed because, like, the pictures were like generically generated or whatever. But then there was some kind of an issue with a middleman, and it's crazy. You have to go watch. You just watch a series, you'll understand better. But like, why would you trust Logan Paul with any investments? Like, I just don't get it.
Really fun game that makes you money.
A fun game that earns you money. How much did you guys make from CryptoZoo?
I lost around $50,000 in CryptoZoo.
Just why did you invest money into this? You're an idiot. Sorry.
I lost $40,000.
I lost
Okay.
around $15,000 US.
I lost $25,000.
I struggle to care. I'm not trying to be rude. I feel bad for them, but I don't, because it's like, why would you do this, man? It's Logan Paul. Why did you invest into the guy who did the fucking South Park coin? What is it, Dinkdoin? Then he scammed people on that or in some capacity. Come on, you know what I mean?
$20,000. $500,000 Australian, which is $500,000.
And since then, it's
Yeah, that is half of it. $500,000 Australian. It was $500,000. What is that? What do you mean? Yeah, okay.
quite obvious that Logan is getting very...
It's not great, but I'm like, how do you guys get, like, you know, how do you guys get scammed by a scammer? You know what I mean? And they're all grown men. It's not like they're kids that don't know any better. I'm just saying, man.
nervous about this exposure into his shady business practices. The first sign we got from him that he's going into damage control mode is this tweet that he posted around a week after the initial video Coffeezilla dropped on his head top. Note from the passenger next to me, I needed this right now. Thank you, Lane. Basically telling Logan that his content got him through a tough place in life, and that it was always...
I'm sorry to bother you. I'm sure you just like to have a normal and relaxing flight. I'd just like to say your videos helped me through a rough patch in my life, and I'll always be grateful. You made me laugh when I needed it, and although I don't know you personally at all, it was always clear to me, that you have a kind heart and are a good person. I hope this isn't too presumptuous of me to say. Oof, what kind of a grown man wrote Logan Paul? Whatever. While I have you here, I'd also like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season, and in general, wish you a happy and fulfilling life. Fulfilling life is bizarrely written, like a kid wrote it. You are a very beautiful person, and I really hope you know that. Wow, wait, this is real?
after the initial video Coffeezilla dropped on his head top. Note from the passenger next to me, I needed this right now. Thank you.
Is this a real note?
You, Lane. Basically telling Logan that his content got him through a tough place in life, and that it was always clear to this mystery man that Logan has a kind heart and is a good person. Even is going as far to call this man beautiful.
What is it, Lane Shiegel? What is that, a Lord of the Rings character? Ian. That'd be a capital I, right? No, I don't know.
And beautiful. I'll take things that never happened for 1,000, Alex.
Yeah.
And when people started mentioning him scamming in the replies, including Coffeezilla himself, Logan's response was, of course, to block them. And just in tweeting this, we know that Logan is getting very nervous. We already knew that he is scared to death of being cancelled once again. So I'm sure the last couple of weeks have been a real shit show for not only him, but everyone within his inner circle. The next day, he tweeted out again, "While I genuinely appreciate Steven's creative genius and exceptional work ethic, I mean that," he says in parentheses, "this one is simply not true. When appropriate, all bad actors will be exposed, explained, and held fully accountable. I'll speak further on Impulsive January 3rd. And here..."
I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, even if he's lying, like, that would be the answer he would give. But again, from watching it, it seems like there might be an explanation. But he still should have like reimbursed those people for their money since, you know, if the project fell through. But
here's a live look at Logan holding these bad faith actors accountable for their actions. I mean, seriously, at this point, he had almost entered full damage control mode. You know, this isn't even the first time that Coffeezilla covered Logan. It's just that in this instance, it got so much exposure that he's now forced to respond. He can't really just sweep it under the rug. Coffee also responded to that tweet by saying,
yeah, Coffeezilla's blowing up, brother.
Saying that he tried to contact Logan and his manager for the last year about this CryptoZoo scandal, and they chose not to comment on the story, noting that it's sad that Logan cares more about this CryptoZoo scandal, and they chose
it's pretty wild. He refused to talk for me for months, refused to address investors for a year and a half. Okay.
not to comment on the story, noting that it's sad that Logan cares more about his reputation than the people who lost money betting on a horse that Logan would take out back behind the barn and shoot before it ever even had a chance to race. Yes, it's true. Logan's crypto projects have not aged gracefully, and if you out there watching this video want to age gracefully,
I swear to God, bro. I was not. That was a good transition to an ad.
Look no further than the sponsor of today's video, my friends over at Teach Hanley.
Teagy Hanley. All right, guys. Buy it, rub it on your testicles, and you'll be more handsome. Let's go.
The very next day, Coffee continued the exposing by showing an email he received where Logan Paul had signed up for his Patreon to see the last episode of his 3-piece expose series a day early.
Do you think that's real? I feel like maybe a random person pretended to be Logan.
I mean, you know you're dropping hot shit when even the
was it actually his Gmail?
Dude directly involved in the scam is on the edge of his seat, wondering what's gonna happen next. 3 days after getting bodied once again by Coffee and other various Twitter users, Logan would then share an email, tweeting, invited Coffeezilla on Impulsive, saying in this
Didn't he invite him on Impulsive, but like he did it so short notice that it was impossible for him to even show up if he wanted to make it seem like he was dodging it?
Email that he wants to bring Coffee onto his show to discuss the scam, and that he will even fly him out and put him in a nice little Motel 6, as if he was some sort of little OnlyFans thotty he met online. Coffee then responded to this by saying, Logan invited me on his show, but didn't include the email 24 hours before this, where I invited him first onto my show, along with Eddie, Crypto King, and Jeff, which are like the other people involved in this CryptoZoo scam. Also saying that he's happy to get the sit-down done on his terms, but that he will not enter Logan's domain. Basically, if you want to
yeah, that makes sense, because that just gives him more power to kind of do whatever, you know?
play this game, the ball's going to be in my court. I'm not going to give you all the power, I'm not going to give you the final edit, and to sweeten the pot just a little bit more,
that makes sense, because then Logan can try to set Coffeezilla up for like a clippable moment to make it seem like he's got him on some bullshit. It makes sense for Coffee not to go into there. It would be bad for him.
He says if they live stream the conversation on his channel, all proceeds made from that live stream will be donated to the people who lost money on the CryptoZoo project. And
I guess. I mean, it's a good idea. Yeah, live stream makes the most sense. A way that Logan can't damage control and try to, like, DMCA these clips and shit.
In this last picture that Logan tweeted yesterday, he shows up dressed as Steven, aka Coffeezilla. So my best guess here is that he's gonna really be making a joke out of this entire thing. Take the lighthearted approach.
I mean, that's the only approach he really has left to try to save face.
Now, personally, I don't think the two will ever have a public conversation. And Logan extending this weak-ass olive branch is really just him covering his bases. So in the future, he can say something like, well, we invited that guy on, but he never showed up. I addressed his claims in insert future podcast here. And now we either won't talk about it ever again, or we might even make lighthearted jokes about it in the future like he does with the Japan incident.
I went to Japan. I got to go to Tokyo. And
great. That was my first time. I had a lot of fun there.
Yeah, but it was good. That shit was like being in a Pokemon game and like being in the future at the same time.
Great place. We would love to go there anytime soon.
Yeah, have you been before?
Oh, man.
Oh, is this a sore subject?
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Hey, you know.
I mean, he already admitted months ago that the CryptoZoo project was almost seen by him as a stepping stone to the 99 Originals project that I mentioned in the last video.
Originals will be the first thing that I do that, like, check, that worked.
Are Beats by Dre really worth it, though? That's the real question. Because I feel like they're hyper overpriced. Everything's so overpriced now. And they're cheap shit. It's crazy.
And
is the issue with crypto, though, that because you've been involved in multiple things before, has that impacted your reputation in the world?
100%.
Overall, I do think Logan will take this opportunity here to somehow play the victim and say, see, I'm just like y'all. I was deceived.
What the fuck is he holding? Is that a microphone on his phone? Okay.
And lost money here too. I'm not the bad guy. He's gonna point his finger at someone else. He's the bad guy. The funniest part about
Jesus, really. I mean, think about it like this, guys. God let this happen. God let Logan Paul, scam. It's God's fault. Jesus, Jesus fucks. You know what I'm saying?
this
Sounds kind of cool though. Jesus fucks. Like that's awesome. Like not in the way where he has sex, but like yeah, he like fucking rocks. You know.
whole thing is that it totally fucked his next project that he's been working on, because now everyone is going to see it as nothing more than a sham. I mean, just watch him talk about this stupid-ass Polaroid project, and tell me he doesn't sound like the most self-involved man of all time.
All right, check this out. We just got the first custom acrylic box to hold the originals in, with
What is this, a Pokemon card?
the originals logo engraved on the front, Polaroid slabbed and authenticated by PSA, numbered on the bottom. And this is a cool little touch we did. We had the story of the day behind each Polaroid engraved on the box, so they each have a personal little touch to it. And look, it looks beautiful, incredibly chic. I'm really happy with
Is that an NFT? I'm so lost.
how this turned out. Hell yeah.
I just love putting plastic inside of plastic inside of plastic inside of plastic, and then paying thousands of dollars for someone else's story about a meaningless picture. I mean, seriously, this whole thing unraveling in real time is just hilarious. For months, CryptoZoo holders have really been on his head, and if he's smart enough, he'll bow out and exit this NFT crypto space altogether after this series of events. Like I said, will most of Logan Paul's fans be able to forget about this? Yes. Will they continue to support his content? Yes. Will they continue to buy his merch and buy Prime? Yes. But is his reputation forever damaged? I really do think so.
Yeah, but we're at a point now where nobody cares. Like even my response before, where people, I was like, yeah, it seems like he definitely wronged people in this instance, but he's done it before, so now it's kind of your fault. I mean, like, you know, that is true, but like, you know, still, it's just like that's where he's at. So okay.
We'll continue to cover these updates. I have a feeling January 3rd is going to be a very interesting day. So y'all
Probably not, but
subscribe to make sure you don't miss my coverage
What
of
is
that.
that?
As you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman,
You don't
and some
be
other
looking at
bad
it.
faith actors out here need to be covered. So I'm
Tuesday.
out.
True, it will be a good day. That's the weekly reset for World of Warcraft. Peace. All right, cool video. Okay, Papa, general question. If some person dumps 500,000 into his stock market, do we blame the companies? Like, why are we blaming Logan? I don't think like Logan, but there are adults who lost money. Well, one thing Logan has originally, I think he's done like a pump and dump, I think. So that would be one of those things. Another thing is that the project like fell through. It's not like it started up and failed. The project never got to launch because there was some kind of an infrastructure issue. So it's one of those things where it's not like he delivered the product, but the product was just underwhelmingly bad. It's that the product never came to launch. They took a bunch of people's money. They never released the product, and they still kept their money. That's the issue more than anything else.
I want Papa God to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.